Morning, my name is Father Rayappa. I'm from the village called Ekattupudi, Vello, South India. Today I'm talking about Jainism. I love Jainism. I love Tirthangaras. I love Ahimsa. Jainism, traditionally known as Jain Dharma, is an ancient Indian religion belonging to the Sramana tradition, Sramanas. During the time of Chandragupta Maurya, Ashoka, Jivikas, uh, Brahmanas and Stramanas. So Jainism belongs to the Stramana tradition. That means they are not theocentric. They don't propose their external God. And not only Jainism, even Buddhism, all Ajivika religions, Stramana traditions, they don't propose an external creator. The central tenet is nonviolence and love towards all living beings. The three main principles of Jainism are ahimsa, means nonviolence, anekandavada, non-absolutism, and aparigraha, non-possessiveness. Followers of Jainism take five main vows. Ahimsa, one, nonviolence; second, satya, uh, truth, force, or not lying; asteya, that is not stealing; brahmacharya, chastity; and the last, aparigraha, non-attachment or non-possessiveness. Jain monks and nuns observe these vows absolutely, whereas householders, they are known as stravakas, stravakas, observe them within their practical limitations. Self discipline and asceticism are thus major focuses of Jainism. Notably, we know very well Mahatma Gandhi was greatly influenced by Jainism and adopted many main principles in his life. The word Jain uh, derives from the Sanskrit word Jina, which means victor, conqueror. A human being who has conquered all inner passions like attachment, desire, anger, pride, jealousy, greed, selfishness, etc., etc., is called Jina, the victor, the conqueror. Followers of the path practiced and preached by the Jinas are known as Jains. Parasparopagraho jivanam. Parasparopagraho jivanam. The function of souls is to help one another. That is what Parasparopagraho jivanam means. We help each other. Each soul helps other souls. It's the motto of Jainism. Jains trace their history through a succession of 24 teachers and revivers or reformers of the Jain path known as Tirthankaras. In the current era, this started with Rishabhadev and concluded with Mahavir. Jains believe that Jainism is eternal, and while it may be forgotten, it will be revived from time to time. The majority of Jains reside in India with 6 to 7 million followers. Jainism is smaller than many other major world religions. Outside of India, some of the largest Jain communities are present in Canada, Europe, Kenya, the UK, and the United States. Contemporary Jainism is divided into two major sects, Digambara and Svatambara. There's an important mantra in Jainism, celebrated mantra, that's called Namokar mantra. It's the most common and basic prayer in Jainism. There are many Jain festivals celebrated during the course of the year. Major Jain festivals include Paryushana and Dastlakshana, Mahavir Jayanti, and Diwali. So everybody knows Deepavali, no? That's a great celebration. So it's all the celebration of Jain tradition. So in Jainism, there are uh, very profound ideas and insights which no other religion can come close. They are written by sages for eternity. This, the words of wisdom are inscribed in the universe. They are recorded in the Jain holy book called Acarangasutra. So I'm going to read some 2 or 3 texts for you, and how Jains value other parts of the natural world like animals and plants, not to harm them, not to eat them, not to hurt them, not to abuse them. And not only animals, plants, and even the Panjabhutas. So ahimsa is the driving force. That is the ultimate virtue. If you have ahimsa, you will never ever abuse other parts of creation. So I'm going to read it from Acharanga Sutra. It is translated by a famous writer called A.L. Basham. Uh, so I'm going to read the text right now for you. So I quote, all beings with 2, 3, 4, or 5 senses, in fact, all creation, know individually pleasure and displeasure, pain, terror, and sorrow. All are full of fears which come from all directions, and yet there exist people who would cause greater pain to them. Some kill animals for sacrifice, some for their skin, flesh, blood, feathers, teeth, or tusk. Some kill them intentionally and some unintentionally. Some kill because they have been previously injured by them, and some because they expect to be injured. How he who harms animals has not understood or renounced deeds of sin. He who understands the nature of sin against animals is called a true sage who understands karma. And further, Acharanga Sutra talks about harming animals. You see, the Acharanga Sutra very clearly states that when you harm other parts of the natural world, for example, if you harm a small ant, ultimately you are harming yourself. Very profound words. I quote, to do harm to others is to do harm to oneself. You are the one whom you intend to kill. You are the one you intend to tyrannize over. We corrupt ourselves as soon as we intend to corrupt others. We kill ourselves as soon as we intend to kill others, even intention. Even in thoughts, there is no violence there. So in your thoughts, you should practice ahimsa. In your words, you should practice ahimsa. And in your actions, you need to practice ahimsa. So I continue to read one more quote from Acharanga Sutra, the Jain's holy book, in which it states that all living creatures deserve love. I quote, all breathing, existing, living, sentient creatures should not be slain, nor treated with violence, not abused, not tormented, not driven away. This is the pure, unchangeable, eternal law. Again, no violence in your thoughts, no violence in your words, no violence in your actions. That is why Mahatma Gandhi, he was born in Porbandar, Gujarat, A large number of Jains were living in Gujarat, and Mahatma Gandhi had a friend who was a Jain, and pretty much Mahatma Gandhi learnt about Jainism and actually is appreciating this kind of our old or great religions of India. And uh, he has written so beautifully. And here is a quote from Mahatma Gandhi stating that uh, religions or our cultural heritage of humanity. What they say, the insights found in the holy books or in the philosophies of our country, they are all valuable